This video is brought to you by True Tales of Buried Treasure, the largest collection of old treasure magazines in the West. We're pleased to announce that we are now selling our physical magazines directly on our website. You can browse by magazine title or search for a particular issue using the search bar. To pay us a visit, please click the link in the description. Enjoy. The La Plata River may not be impressive in size, stretching less than 100 miles from its source in Colorado's La Plata Mountains to where it joins the San Juan River near Farmington, New Mexico. During the dry summer months, the river often shrinks to a mere trickle. Yet for treasure hunters, it's more than just a waterway. It's a path that leads to some promising sites for exploration. The La Plata meanders through gold-bearing sands, passes the remnants of ghost towns, and winds through a region steeped in a vivid and colorful history of lost mines and forgotten dreams. The first recorded exploration of the area came in 1765, when Juan Maria de Rivera was sent from Santa Fe by Governor Thomas Velez Cachupin. Nearly a century later, Anglo settlers uncovered the wealth of La Plata Canyon, discovering it to be rich in gold. In those early days, prospectors used simple tools like pans and rockers to sift through placer deposits that stretched for 10 miles along the river, ranging 1 to 2 miles wide. Eventually, more ambitious hard rock mining operations took hold, but of nearly 500 claims staked in the area, fewer than 50 were ever fully developed. At the river's source lies the Cumberland Basin, once home to the mining camp of Cumberland. Although it's unclear whether a formal town ever existed, records confirm the presence of a productive mine, a 5-stamp mill, and an arrastra, an early type of ore grinder. A nearby settlement provided housing for the workers. Further downstream lie the ruins of the Gold King Mine and Mill, where 130 men once toiled. In its heyday, the site included a boarding house and a suspension bridge spanning the river. Treasure hunters have unearthed coins in the surrounding area, including gold pieces, hinting at the wealth that once passed through these now abandoned grounds. Continuing downstream, one would reach the fading remains of La Plata City. Today, little is left of the once thriving community. Until recently, the only surviving structure was a schoolhouse, later converted into a summer home. In the 1890s, however, the canyon bustled with activity. A photograph from that era shows the area packed with cabins, and by 1897, it's believed that up to 500 people lived there. A local tale adds a touch of humor to the town's lore. A religious traveler once arrived in La Plata City in search of the much-talked-about convent. To his dismay, he discovered that the name referred not to a religious retreat, but to the local brothel, known colloquially as the convent. South of La Plata City, beneath the spray of a waterfall, we spent one summer panning for gold. Even under the afternoon sun, the water remained icy cold, and by the time we saw the first glint of color in our pans, our hands felt nearly frozen. We've explored several spots throughout the canyon, but none have yielded better results than this particular location. However, prospecting in the La Plata area comes with its challenges. In the spring, when the snow melts, floodwaters often surge through the canyon, sometimes overflowing the riverbanks and spilling directly onto the road, making travel nearly impossible. In winter, deep snow and avalanches shut down access entirely. As a result, the window for treasure hunting here is short and seasonal. Near the mouth of the canyon lies the old mining settlement of Mayday, along with the Mayday and Idaho mines, two of the most productive in the region. An estimated 215,000 ounces of gold have been extracted from the La Plata Canyon over the years. Many believe a fortune still lies buried, just waiting to be found. Their hopes are fueled by discoveries like the $4,000 gold nugget, uncovered long after the mining boom ended. Nearby, at the base of Parrot Peak, once stood Parrot City, a lively community that featured a sawmill, general stores, a hotel, post office, and a population said to number in the hundreds. In the book Golden Treasure of the San Juan by John B. Marshall and Temple H. Cornelius, there's an account of a lost gold mine said to be located on the western slope of Parrot Peak, only a few miles from Parrot City. Another lost mine is rumored to lie within Root Gulch, on the eastern slope of the same peak. and a third lost strike is believed to rest on the ridge between Root Gulch and Snowslide Draw. Some believe the famous Lost Josephine Mine, a Spanish-era site, may be hidden somewhere in the La Plata Mountains. Their theory is supported by the fact that the earliest white miners reported finding signs of ancient mining activity, including decaying timbers from old sluice boxes, clearly predating their own time. One of the canyon's most haunting legends dates back to the early 20th century, the tale of a lost mine containing 3 skeletons just inside its entrance. For years, I dismissed it as nothing more than folklore or an overactive imagination. But in August 1978, the sheriff of La Plata County, Colorado, confirmed to the press that human remains had indeed been found in a mine shaft in the canyon. Sadly, foul air and rising water inside the mine halted the recovery effort, leaving the skeletons undisturbed. The account was reported in the Farmington Daily Times in Farmington, New Mexico. Just a few miles from the old site of Parrot City lies the town of Hesperus, founded in 1882. Originally a coal mining town, Hesperus also served as a vital supply and railroad hub for the nearby gold mines in La Plata Canyon. At its peak, it was home to around 250 residents and boasted a lively collection of amenities: 3 saloons, a pool hall, a dance hall, a post office, school, hotel, boarding house, blacksmith shop, church, and a railroad station. The Ute and Hesperus coal mines were major producers, shipping out an impressive 20 carloads of coal daily. A stagecoach provided daily service from Hesperus to La Plata City, and during the harsh winter months, sleds and sleighs were used to fulfill the mail delivery contract. Nearby, the region where Father Escalante's Trail, a branch of the old Spanish Trail, crossed the La Plata River, is of particular historic interest. A local rancher who ran cattle through that area quietly discovered a number of Spanish artifacts over the years: spurs, bits, and other relics. He wisely kept his findings private, unwilling to see the area overrun by eager treasure hunters. In 1880, Lieutenant R.E.A. Crofton, leading 5 companies of the 13th Infantry and over 100 wagons, established Fort Lewis near La Plata, roughly 17 miles from Durango. The fort served as a cavalry outpost until 1891. Later, it briefly functioned as an Indian school and was eventually integrated into the Colorado school system. Several of the original fort buildings still stand, and one can't help but wonder what a metal detector might uncover around their foundations. The old military wagon trail that once connected Fort Lewis to Farmington, New Mexico, is now paralleled by a modern highway. In its day, this route was heavily traveled, with cavalry troops passing through en route to Fort Wingate, near Gallup. It was among the most used trails in the region during that time. Further down the La Plata River, where the land flattens, the area becomes rich in fossil discoveries. The San Juan Basin is well known for its extensive fossil beds. Just 5 miles northwest of Farmington, in the canyons along the base of Pinon Mesa, west of the La Plata River, you can find an array of geological treasures: red and yellow jasper, agate, common opal, petrified wood, and other fossilized plant and animal remains. Perhaps most mysterious of all is an effigy discovered not far from the confluence of the La Plata and San Juan rivers. It was found on a barren, rocky slope, oddly isolated from any known ruins, prehistoric or otherwise. Several archaeologists were consulted, but no definitive conclusions could be drawn. Some experts noted certain features that suggested the effigy may have originated farther south, possibly Mexico, or even beyond. Although prehistoric Native American ruins along the La Plata River are strictly off-limits to treasure hunters, the river benches still offer promising opportunities. These areas can be rich with painted pottery shards and worked flint, remnants of ancient craftsmanship. While numerous ruins are scattered throughout the watershed, the penalties for disturbing them are severe and not worth the risk. That said, the La Plata River still offers a wealth of legal and exciting pursuits for the modern-day adventurer. Along its banks, you can coin shoot, pan for gold, search for lost mines, explore ghost town remnants, and even hunt for fossils: jasper, agate, and opal. Whatever your treasure hunting passion may be, chances are you'll find a perfect spot somewhere along the La Plata, a place where history, geology, and legend come together, waiting to be uncovered. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to read the original article or purchase the magazine from which it was taken, please check out our website, truetalesofburiedtreasure.com.